Hey everyone, welcome to Yep Yeah Yes with Marissa and Tamika. Today we're going to be talking about celebrity culture, dieting, and photoshopping. Feel free to share your thoughts on our Twitter page at Yep Yeah Yes. So I wanted to, how's it going, Marissa?
Very good, how are you?
Good. Happy Valentine's Day, belated.
Oh, is it Valentine or Valentine's Day?
I don't care, I don't have one, so it doesn't really matter. Although my nephew did send me, his parents sent me a video of him saying Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh.
It was the cutest thing.
Did you melt?
I pretty much melted, similar to Wizard of Oz was the Wicked Witch, except I'm more like Linda.
You're the good witch, but you're melting.
But I melted. My heart melted.
Melting and cute. So you do have a Valentine's.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I wanted to start off with the celebrity culture. It's funny because this week Kanye West made a triumphant return to Instagram.
Did we miss him?
No, but
he's back.
But he's back, and interesting as usual, I guess, if you're into the celebrity culture. But he made this return with photos of present and past celebrity couples in honor of Valentine's Day. When I first saw the first picture, I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he posting like pictures of people that are like not even together anymore? You know, Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford, and then like he had
Pamela
Puffy
Anderson and all her husbands.
Yeah, and all her husbands, Puffy and J-Lo. And, you know, people were liking it. It was like hundreds of thousands of people liking it left and right. And, you know.
What do you think that meant? Because I feel like he's so avant-garde. Like, everything with him, there's a motive. You know, and if you don't like it, it's because you don't understand his art. So what do you think that meant?
I have no idea. I mean, if there's any couple that symbolizes celebrity, it's Kim and Kanye.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know what it is about that particular family that has America in its grips. You know, I really don't know what it is. I mean, I don't even follow either one of them on Instagram, but all of a sudden it popped up on my feed because somebody liked them. They reposted it.
Yeah.
So then I go to the page and I'm like looking, and like every 5 minutes I'm like, who'd he post now? And I'm like, really? What is wrong with me? You know?
I like how he only follows Kim. He follows one person,
right?
And it's Kim.
Right. But you know, and the fact that you like that, and the fact that we're opening the show talking about that. What is that?
Okay, no, I have to say, I think people, I don't know, for some reason, I feel like people always want to be coupled up. So when you see couples that work, because let's be honest, they work. I just can't imagine another pairing that's better than Kim and Kanye.
Really?
Yes, they care about the same things.
Superficial shit?
Yes. And it's important to them. Like, he claims that he's done his, 20,000 hours in fashion. And look what he made her turn into. She's like now a fashion icon.
But everything about her is superficial. And
but to her, it's not.
I have a cold, not the flu, just so you know. So I'll be coughing for the next few episodes, maybe longer. But I digress. Just had to put that out there. But yeah, it's very superficial, but it's something that it seems that our society just loves. I mean, you know, it's bad when you're watching CNN and scrolling along the Chiron is like something about the Kardashians or the Kar-Jenners.
The Kar-Jenners.
You know, something, you know?
I think, you know what though? I think we need mental breaks too. Like, I think that's what celebrity culture does.
But do we need it on CNN?
No,
if you're watching CNN,
y'all get a garbage thumbs down for that one. CNN, I want my news from CNN. If I want to know what's happening with Kim Ye, the Chiron that should be floating through is E.
But what does CNN stand for? I don't even remember. Do you know? I probably shouldn't have brought that up without having
something news network.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Celebrity News Network.
Yeah, girl.
Hey. But yeah, anyway.
They're going to come out with another channel and it's going to be Celebrity.
Exactly.
They got to give you your royalties though.
But I think the problem with when we look at somebody like like Kim Kardashian, let's say, there's so many people that want to be like her, want to look up to her, and it speaks to what I opened the show up with today about the unintentional dieting. And so people look at Kim, Kanye, Kim. When I say Kim Ye, Kanye. What am I trying to say? Kim Kardashian.
KKW.
We look at her and it's like all of a sudden she's epitomizing beauty and what people want to look like. You know, the constant, paparazzi pictures of her coming and going to the gym, squatting, beautifying herself. Everything about her speaks to, let me change who I am and try to be somebody that I'm probably not going to be. And a lot of times I can't imagine how that would not lead to unintentional dieting and unintentional changing of who you are to conform to what society is telling us is now the new beauty.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because so I found myself trapped with unintentional dieting because of exactly those two people. Because of course I follow them, and she posted a brand of water. And I like.
Please don't say it.
I ain't gonna say
they got
nothing.
Enough press.
No, they gotta pay me first. So there's like a water I like. I like my filtered water right out of the tap, whatever. But it made me think to myself, well, if she's drinking it, it's got to be good, right? And I found myself Googling it, and I cannot believe I did that to myself. And it was completely unintentional, but that really goes to marketing too. Like, what marketing geniuses with this unintentional dieting? And then you think about, when with them, that family constantly posting about, the food that they eat, the diet that they're on, flat tummy tea, all this stuff. And
I should not know that their trainer is Gunner.
Oh, I know.
Why I don't even know what the guy looks like.
But did she find a new why do I know this? She has a new trainer, and she found her on Instagram.
I'm not feeling that. I need a life. I need a life, yo.
Talking about Instagram, can I just divert for 1 second? Do you like the new Snapchat update?
I haven't tried it. I thought that was Snapchat, not Instagram.
No, I'm just saying, I think Instagram, right when I thought it was fading away, is there for life. Snapchat done messed up.
I'm not. I have a Snapchat account. Y'all can follow me at, I think it's the other Blair. I don't know. But I'm probably not gonna follow you back because I don't be going on there like that.
Well, I'm done with Snapchat now. It's Instagram all the way, baby.
Well, anyway, can we get back to
Kim Ye, unintentional dieting?
Yeah, the unintentional dieting. So that, what we were saying with, automatically you start, somebody posts something, water, post a workout regimen or something like that.
Do you find yourself, because you and I are pretty big foodies. We love having conversation. We love to eat. We love trying new restaurants. Do you find yourself, like, let's say one of us goes to the bathroom, and sometimes it takes a minute because we don't know what the establishment is holding. If it's, one head, two, or whatever, there might be a line. Do you find yourself taking your phone out just to quickly look on Instagram, and in the middle of eating, you're like, damn, I should have gotten a salad? Or if we're waiting for each other to get there, so you're like, you scroll on Instagram, and just as you were about to get the big juicy burger with the double extra fries with the melted cheese and bacon and sour cream on it, which now my mouth is watering, do you find yourself thinking like, dang it, I should make better life choices?
No.
Really?
You're on an island on your own.
I am not on an island on my own.
Usually, if you say you get up from the table and if I take out my phone, I'm usually, I'll go on Instagram, but I'm not thinking about food because typically, if you're going to the bathroom, we finish eating and I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
So, but more power to you, girl. You scroll.
I just find myself being food shamed.
But you shouldn't be food shamed. If you like what you like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know, like, I'll wake up in the morning and I've texted you, I've texted other friends, I'd be like, girl, I could go for some steak and potatoes right now. It'd be 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So we all have those moments where, we have a love-hate relationship with food. But at the same time, where does that lead to, now you're feeling incredibly guilty and you want to start losing weight because of it. Now, that hasn't happened to me. I haven't had that experience.
Well, I also think that your body type is very different. You've always been on the very slender side. So I think you and I are on opposite spectrums, but almost in the same, where you have been forced or asked to eat a little bit more.
Which I hate.
Yeah, which is in the same spectrum, but just in the opposite, where I have been asked to not eat as much.
Assholes.
Well, yeah, exactly, assholes. And they're always family members. Man, if your family be hating on you, I swear, you gotta...
But you have to take a look back and say to yourself, like, cross your arms and be like, okay, which family member is this that's saying that to? Because we know, we ain't out nobody right now, but come on now.
Exactly. You always know who's the one that's telling you not to eat.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying, but that leads to that unintentional dieting too, because sometimes like I'll say for my family events, they center a lot around food. It's more like we're having a baptism for such and such or whatever, and ooh, that restaurant, I wanted to try that, I can't wait to or it's like at someone's house and it's a barbecue. So I'm definitely food centered, but I also do find myself saying to like, getting that sneak in the drive-through before I get there or after, because I know not to eat as much. I remember I was like, I don't know, maybe like 105 pounds, and I was eating a cookie at a family event, and one of them family members gave me the up and down, and they're like, ooh, you're getting a little big there, right, Marissa? Oh, girl, I wanted to throw that cookie right in their face.
You should have.
I should have.
You're too nice, though. You'd be
know.
like, yeah, I should put this down.
Yeah, I should. I did say that, and then I grabbed some water. And
it definitely wasn't my family member, because they would have been like, you hungry heifer?
Exactly. But it's for some reason when your family says something, they don't really talk like that to me. But if I've taken seconds, and they'll say something funny, it doesn't hit me as hard. It was more like it comes from a funny place. It doesn't come from a like put
malicious.
That cookie down, fatso.
Right. Well, it's the whole dieting thing is interesting. Actually, it's funny that we're discussing this, because I saw it on Twitter last week, early this week, the hashtag Wake Up Weight Watchers was trending, and I'm like,
why?
Oh Lord, because I'm a Weight Watchers girl. I love the meals. I do own some stock. Because of Oprah.
Can we put a pause on this real quick? I'm glad you just said Oprah. I can't think of Weight Watchers without Oprah and DJ Khaled.
That's true.
Because Oprah, first of all, can we just take a moment of silence for the queen of everything? Okay, that's enough. But I just love her and everything she does, and everything that she puts her mind to, I'm all in. But DJ Khaled, talk about a hype man. That is a human cheerleader. And
I can't even follow him on Instagram because he posts so damn much.
0
but
points.
I go on his page every day
0
just to
points.
see where he's at. What is it? The freestyle.
Yeah, the freestyle. 0 points.
But that speaks to the nature of Weight Watchers, and so they received a whole ton of backlash this past week because they have a new program that they're coming out with that's targeted towards teens, where it's free for teens this summer. The Weight Watchers program will be free for teens to sign up for. And so a lot of people were like, you shouldn't be getting teens to diet, and it's wrong, and this, that, and the other. And my thing is that when it comes to dieting, I have no problem with changing your portions and changing what you eat, but it has to coincide with maybe exercising, doing something.
Right.
And people always get mad. It's like a divided nation, where you see a kid that's maybe a little chubby, a little bit overweight, and you're like, parent don't care, and then they need to be on a diet. And then as soon as somebody comes up with a program like aimed at curing America's obesity, a problem that we have in this country, then it's like, oh, they ain't right. So it's like, you can't win.
But so funny, you and I are traveled ladies, and you and I have seen how food is cared for in other countries as opposed to this one. So I have to say this.
Shout out Argentina.
Oh, girl. Ooh. And first of all, I just want to say this. Ireland, your food is delicious. Don't let anyone tell you different. And don't feel any other way. Your food is delicious.
You just need a little seasoning, but you're good.
But no, you're good, though. Especially when you go with the whole idea that food's going to be garbage. But anyway,
Ireland. Anyway. A low calorie Guinness.
The key. That's the key. But my thing is, so the way food is cared for here in America is very, very different. And I will say this. I'm not going to shame Weight Watchers, and I don't think they need to wake up. I actually really, really support this idea. I think we need to really educate ourselves. And that's not something that they do in schools. That's not something that they do in health class. So if we educated ourselves in terms of making better choices for a lifestyle, not a fad diet, instead of doing the tummy tea on Instagram, and we're doing lifestyle choices and health choices, because I mean, really, look at Ashley, who's the homegirl? Ashley Graham, right? Mm-hmm. She's what they consider a plus size. I ain't gonna say that. Or she's a beautiful model, and her body type is very different than the, I'll say, Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner.
Right.
But she is gorgeous. But she also talks about portion control and making good choices. So if we're educated at a younger age to make better choices, perhaps we won't have this unintentional dieting later on.
Right.
Perhaps when we go to family-centered, food-centered family events or friend events, the food choices would be different too.
Well, I'm just saying, if I go to my family reunion, I still want my potato salad.
Yes.
I mean, I still want, red beans and rice and chicken wings.
Yes.
I want all that, but it's about eating it in moderation. So I'll get 2 wings, a scoop of potato salad, a scoop of rice, a scoop of macaroni salad, half a hamburger, a whole hot dog, baked chicken, jerk chicken,
and water.
Oh, macaroni and cheese. Well, macaroni and cheese.
Only if you make it.
It depends on which one of my cousins is making it, because I love y'all. But
not everybody can make mac and cheese.
Not everybody can make no macaroni and cheese.
Did you see that disgusting viral video of mac and cheese with all the vegetables in it?
No, I don't want to see. Like,
Sorry.
You're trying to ruin my, let's just.
I'm sorry. Back to your barbecue buffet.
But I'm just saying, and Weight Watchers need to come out with like a soul food line. A soul food line, because, the diabetes and the heart disease in the black community. Oh, shout out to Black History Month. It's very, very rampant, and I think it would go a long way if they created dishes. I mean, created dishes that dishes is a new.
Write that down. Write that down.
If they created dishes that were catered to
minorities, because
soul food.
Look, I'm Puerto Rican, and my dad and my grandfather and my aunt, my cousin, and another aunt, and I don't know whoever else, had diabetes. And you look at, oh my God, a pernil. Oh.
What?
A roasted pork.
Oh.
And the skin all nice and crunchy.
Yeah, every time you would make it, you'd be like, you cut me a portion, but like, where my skin?
Yep.
Be like, girl, that's for me. But anyway. See, we shouldn't have had this episode, because now at least we ate before we started talking, because
but my mouth is watering. I'm salivating.
Yeah.
But talk about dishes. I really think that you've really got hit the nail on the head with that one, because listen, if you came out with things that more than just one archetype or eating, I think that you're.
I mean, they've made a headway. I mean, if you think about a lot of the frozen foods that you find in the supermarket, there's a ton of Asian-centric dishes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Asian
different
fusion.
rices,
Everything is Asian fusion now, though.
I know, but it's weird. But I mean, it's good. I like my Szechuan chicken.
Why do I want to go to the mall now and get a Panda Express?
I don't know.
Oh, my mouth is watering.
But yeah, so it all goes together. But at the end of the day, I think we're like going down a line now where we're like drifting. But to bring it back a little bit back to what we were saying, it's very important to be able to let people know, like, you have to be aware of what you're eating and what you're placing. But also, Weight Watchers' job is not a gym. It's not their job to tell you to go to LA Fitness. Their company is to provide you with meals and edible options for your day.
Help you design a better menu.
It's not the Weight Watchers gym. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So for a hashtag to be trending, wake up Weight Watchers, because they're upset that Weight Watchers has decided to give free membership to teenagers. I think I mean, okay, everybody's got an opinion and everybody's entitled to it. But at the same time, it's like, come on now. Let them come out with their meals. You don't have to do it. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to have, cook for your own kids. Tell them go wherever else. I mean, we have free will, we have free mind, we have free whatever, and apparently Weight Watchers said a free membership to teens.
I don't know why. I'm a visual person. I just had this idea in my mind where this teen boy and this teen girl somewhere in America secretly joining this because they don't need, a membership, thank the Lord, and they're able to have a bang out summer. When they return in September, they feel better about themselves.
Right.
It's not about looking better, because you could look better at any size.
Right.
It's about feeling better and feeling healthier, and just imagining what that could mean for that person's future.
Right.
Just confidence.
The only thing that I ever have an issue with when it comes to teenagers and wanting to quote unquote make themselves better is the role that publications play in it. You mentioned Ashley Graham, and she got a lot of she did, and Sports Illustrated got a lot of flack last year because you remember that cover where there's a whole bunch of models and they photoshopped her behind out. Like she was the only one.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? So when you see stuff like that, when you see magazines photoshopping people and, creating this image of someone, even people photoshopping themselves,
What's
I know
crazy?
Kendall Jenner supposedly did the same thing to her own self. She photoshopped herself in her own Instagram post.
Really?
So it's like when you see stuff like that, it's like there's mixed messages, and I think it's more important to look at publications and companies that choose to do that rather than focus on companies that want to actually
help you make better choices.
Right.
I want to know what part of the brain. We know that all these people are photoshopped. We know people don't look like that. We know it's lighting. We know it's makeup. We know it's this and that and the other. And why is it in our mind we still say to ourselves, that is what I need to attain and achieve? Because
we grow up in a world where we're not good enough. Even though we're talking about, dieting and weight and stuff like that, I grew up and I still have, I'm in my 40s and I still have these bouts of moments where I'm like, I'm not pretty enough because I'm too dark. What would I look like if I was lighter? And you see all these images of, athletes and famous people, and they marry women and they're always light and curly. They're Spanish, they're white.
What's that baseball player, the Dominican guy who's been doing the skin cream?
Yeah, with the cowboy outfit, he just had a.
Oh my God! Don't say his name. Please don't say his name right now.
Google
it, son.
Google it, son. But yeah, like that kind of thing. It's like, sometimes it's like, I remember they photoshopped Beyonce, made her lighter. The photoshopping thing is like crazy right now. Even what's her name? Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, she got photoshopped. Her hair got photoshopped.
What?
They made it more
Anglo
European. I mean, how do you make that European Anglo when you're like as dark as me? You know what I mean?
But what's crazy is that and that's the thing that I don't understand with Photoshop, with actually changing someone, because what makes you so beautiful is not just the skin that you're in, it's the person that you are. And I understand that having that sort of personality or that mental process takes time. I get that. So, and you and I are ladies of a certain age. I'm 26 though.
Okay.
So it takes some time to think that way. But why would you change that?
Well, it's one of those things where you
Sammy
Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa.
What's wrong, Sammy?
Come on now,
man.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to our people. We fighting the good fight, man. Come on, Sammy.
It hurts. It's sad to look at,
That
but
hurt
you
my
know,
feelings.
he got things going on. You know, it's self-hate. But you know, but back to the photoshopping thing is like you see somebody like Mariah Carey who allegedly does it to herself. You know, or you see the flip side of it where a company like CVS has made a commitment on all of their beauty products not to Photoshop anymore.
Really?
Or a country like France has made it a rule to state
beauty
that it's been
that
it's been photoshopped. If they put a Photoshop image on a cover, it has to put Photoshop. You know, so I think that's kind of where the trend's going in other places, but here in the U.S. we still do it. You know, and at what point do we say, you know, I'm good enough? You know, this I can't imagine.
I have a question for you. You brought up Mariah Carey, and now you know I'm a lamb. So you want to talk about self-hate? I've seen her probably in one interview where I've seen her comfortable. She just the way she walks and carries herself, the way she stands, everything. She just doesn't seem comfortable. Do you think she does that because she's not comfortable with herself? Clearly, right?
I don't know. You know, I met her years and years ago, and she seemed very uncomfortable then too. So maybe her uncomfortable nature is actually her comfortable nature. Sometimes is people are more comfortable being somebody they're not.
Oh.
You look at somebody like Sammy Sosa. He lightened his skin. He's more comfortable being somebody that he's not. You know what I mean? You see people that create alter egos, and it's like they're like, you look at Beyonce. You see her do interviews and talk to people. She's like sweet as sugar. She gets on the stage, she's Sasha Fierce. You know, so it's like
I love that.
But I mean, we're all that way. Yeah. I mean, there's people that meet me and they say you're so quiet, and here I am doing a daggone podcast. Like, really?
You're not quiet.
But I'm saying it's all you know. It's all about where your comfort level stands. And at the end of the day, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're, you know, regular person like you and I, it's important to teenager.
Kid.
It's important to be comfortable with who you are and where you are, and it's okay to decide to make some changes to better yourself without feeling like you're not good enough. You know, for health reasons. Right. I think there's no problem with dieting if it means changing, you know, your food intake, changing the types of food you eat, maybe not as much salt, that kind of thing.
Right.
And so like I said, bringing it back to Weight Watchers, I don't really have a problem with them, and that I'm not saying that because, you know, I own stock, but but I'm saying it for real because at the end of the day, you know,
let the stock plummet when on payday so you can buy extra stock.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those things. It's at the end of the day, we have to be comfortable with ourselves and be able to make choices that are going to better ourselves in the future, and not so much hinder where we're at or where we're going and make us depressed and I'm going to sit on the floor
funny.
crying.
You know what's so funny? You said something to me.
Done that.
You said something to me a long time ago about when you speak to little kids, how you find it very important to say things to them, everything that's so great about them except their looks. And I notice you do that with my littles. Whenever you talk to them and you say everything that you like about them, you never once mention their looks. Do you think, is that part of your commitment to being part of the community of making better choices and having that self-reflection of being comfortable of that self-reflection?
I think it's a very concerted effort, because I remember, I hope you don't mind just talking a little bit about your children. I remember when your daughter was born, blonde and blue-eyed, and I said to myself, thank God her twin was a boy, because he was a girl, and he had the same features that the boy has, that your son Peter has. I think there would have been people are already like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. It's like she's a baby.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's beautiful because she's a baby.
She's a baby.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, when I saw that, and I see it with other people, you know,
I had that exact conversation with one that has blonde hair, blue eyes, and one that's like me, dark hair, dark eyes, and I could tell that they couldn't. One of them kept their mouth shut because I think they were scared. But the other one with the dark hair, dark eyes, she had such issue with what you said. But I don't think that she heard what you said. She heard what she wanted to hear.
Wait, what happened?
We were at the Javits, remember? I'm not going to say their name.
No, don't say their name. Oh, okay. No, I got
so
confused.
We were talking about how you were saying that, you know, even though, because my kids are very close in age. I have a set of twins and then a 15-month younger. So the twins, it's one boy, one girl. The girl has very light features, light eyes, light hair. My son is like me with dark eyes, dark hair. And his skin complexion is probably 2 shades, maybe 3, I'm not quite sure, darker than his twin. But had it been same sex, 2 girls, it would have been, I think, an extremely hard situation, but it could have been either way because, you know, it all depends. Everybody has a different flavor. You know, my mom always said there's a cheese for every cracker. So everybody has a different flavor. So if you're around a certain set of people that, you know, dark hair, dark eyes is your flavor, or light eyes and light hair is your flavor, you know, there's always going to be something. So society will always pit them against each other. And I don't think they'll really do that, and they haven't. Having boy-girl, no one really has brought that up. People do make mention constantly that, oh my gosh, look at her, and who did she come out like, and oh, she's so pretty.
So imagine if her brother was a girl.
Exactly, and then she didn't get that same reception. I mean, talk about having to build someone's self-esteem from day one. I think it would be horrendous.
So I always make a concerted effort because I see that to not focus on that. Even though, you know, I'm not saying that I think it's important for kids and adults. Like I love it when, you know, I'm in a relationship and the guy's like, you're so beautiful. I mean, who doesn't like to be told they're beautiful? Right. Or, you know, you have beautiful lips, or, you know, I'm not going to get into all the things
oh, yeah, girl.
Phone has said to me. But I know that with kids, like, you know, you should tell them that they're beautiful. You should give them positive reinforcement about their looks, but you should also equally tell them how smart they are. Right. Equally tell them where you think they excel. Right. You know, if your son is doing well in math, be equally excited about the fact that he got an A. Right. In math, and talk to him about, you know, I'm a sports fan, so I constantly talking to them about sports, and then I have to fall back and be like, you know what? You should be a scientist. You know, or whatever. You know, whatever the case may be, you'd be a doctor. Yeah, you know, you're skilled in that.
How dope would it be if one of these kids is like playing for the Giants at the Super Bowl?
Don't tease me. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. But anyway, I think, you know, at the end of the day, it all starts when they're young. And, you know, I don't have any children, but I do feel like it's my responsibility being around kids, having a niece and nephew, my best friend's kids, and any kind of kids I'm around, to be able to, you know, let them know that they're valued because of everything, including, right, you know, everything, their mind, they're beautiful just inside and out, and
who they are,
right.
Beautiful.
And I don't, you know, I don't want them or any kid to ever feel like, you know, they have this weird relationship with dieting, or feeling like they need to look like the cover of a magazine or anything like that. You know, you're good enough, you know, and hopefully, you know, your kids will grow up that way. Hopefully my niece and nephew will grow up feeling that way, and, you know, we'll be part of a new society where, you know, dieting isn't the end all and be all and good or bad, or it's just a way of life. You know, you just take care of yourself. You just live a healthy life.
You're enough.
You're enough.
You're enough.
So yeah, it's a good show.
I like it.
Yeah, right? Had a lot to say.
You're good enough.
You're good enough.
You're good enough.
Doggone it, you're good enough. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, y'all. And once again, follow us on Twitter. We only got like 10 followers, and it's kind of whack, and I don't even know any of them.
But it's 10 more than the week before.
Holla.
Hey.
But yeah, follow us on Twitter. And, download the podcast, spread the word. We're trying to do the best we can. Let us know how we're doing and where we can do better. And appreciate you listening and tuning in. And
yada, yada, yada.
We're good enough. Bye.
Bye.